killed in Gladstone Tuesday night.
Police tell us that the 2-year-old got a hold of an unsecured gun and accidentally shot himself. It happened at an apartment building off of East 59th Terrace. Police say that once their investigation is complete, they'll hand it over to the Clay County Prosecutor's Office to decide if charges will be filed. Police say this tragedy just serves as a grim warning for parents.
Usually it takes an incident such as this before people will realize that these can be used. We will probably see a uprise in people taking these.
The Gladstone Police and other departments offer gun locks for free. Check with your local department just to pick one up.
6:35 as we get our first alert with Nick Bender looking ahead to Friday and the threat of severe weather.
Yeah, Friday really stands out here, so we have it in red, kind of highlighting the alert or the risk of severe thunderstorms. This is in the evening. This isn't during the afternoon. This looks like storms may not develop until around or after sunset, so it'll be about 7 o'clock in the night. 84 degrees for a high. Rain and thunderstorms likely ongoing Saturday morning, off and on Saturday afternoon. So not an every hour rain event on Saturday, but there will be scattered showers and thunderstorms. You add up all that rain and it could be 1 to 3 inches. So that's more heavy rainfall that could lead to flash flooding. A slight chance of a shower Sunday morning. Sunday afternoon will be dry. Then we're going to bring summer back for just a bit here. Monday and Tuesday highs in the mid 80s. Another chance of rain and storms, Rachel, Tuesday and Wednesday. And then let me step off here. Look at Friday of next week. 48 degrees in the morning. 40s could be on the way.
Oh, wow. Yeah, next week looks good, but some Friday night lights will be played under the lights tonight instead because of that incoming weather. Martin Augustine has a closer look this morning.
Rachel, among the many schools that have rescheduled their Friday night football games for Thursday night is the Kmbc 9 Game of the Week. Gardner Edgerton and Olathe East will be kicking off here at the College Boulevard Activity Center tonight at 7 instead of tomorrow night at 7. Why are so many schools doing this? We just heard Nick's weather forecast. That's the reason. Thunderstorms scheduled to roll through the greater Kansas City area tomorrow night, right about the time that most schools would typically be kicking off their Friday night football games. And along with those thunderstorms comes lightning. That's the big bugaboo, also a chance of hail. You cannot have teams on a field and fans in the stands if there's lightning in the area. You got to get everybody out of there. And there's also the potential for some of these thunderstorms to become severe. Again, got to get everybody out of here if that's the case. So why not just wait out the weather, have a weather delay? Well, the trouble is mostly with that issue of lightning. When there's lightning in an area around a stadium such as this one here, you got to get everybody off the field and out of the stands for a specified amount of time after the last lightning flash. Then you got to wait a certain amount of time before you can go back on the field. And if the lightning keeps coming, then that's just going to keep delaying everything on into the evening. And it is a big, big deal, a huge headache to reschedule, find another date for a high school football game. So that's why so many schools are rescheduling their games for tonight. Reporting live in Olathe, Martin Augustine, KMBC 9 News.
All right, sounds like a good idea, Martin. We have the full list of games that have been moved. Just go to kmbc.com to find out all the information and if your game is impacted. Let's get a look at your drive now with Johnny Rollins.
Take a look at the I-35 inbound from the Kansas side, rounding the corner, top of the screen there at 75th Street and on down to 67th. That's headed to downtown. The headlights and taillights on out to the Overland Parkway. Yet to really, well, just now starting to see it load up a little bit as we are seeing the northbound run with the 6-lane merge there, the Overland Parkway up to 75th Street. Southbound run down to the now closed Overland Parkway off-ramp. Actually a pretty decent day through there so far. Johnny Rollins, News Chopper 9, back to you in the studio.
All right, looks good, Johnny. Thank you. Contract negotiations between the United Auto Workers Union and General Motors took a big step yesterday, and we're hearing both sides could be closer to a resolution. Committees for the two groups wrapped up their work, and now their top bargainers are talking. Today marks the 11th day of protest. 49,000 workers are off the job right now, pushing for better wages and health care. We'll bring you any new developments we hear today.
A crime alert out of Lee Summit. Police are trying to identify this man in connection to a burglary case. Take a look at your screen. If you know who this is, call the Lee Summit Police Department.
A plan to decriminalize marijuana in Kansas City, Missouri is on hold at City Hall. New ordinance would allow someone to have up to 99 grams or about 3.5 ounces of pot. City Council delay angered many supporters who spoke at City Hall in favor of the plan. Some members on the council, though, say more research is needed.
But I'm not going to call it a setback because whenever you have this many people that don't typically get engaged in local politics, that come out and get involved in local politics, I don't see it as a setback.
City Council isn't finished with the discussion. They plan to bring it up again late next month.
A new park is now open in Excelsior Springs. Matt Evans is there with a look at why this park means so much to the community and especially one family.
This is a pretty small park, dubbed a pocket park, meant to beautify this corner of downtown Excelsior Springs. But despite its size, it's making a big impact.
I'm just excited to have completed a beautiful project.
Lindsay Baxter is the director of the Downtown Partnership that helped lead this project. But to her, this park means so much more because it bears the name of her sister.
We lost her in July of 2007.
This is the Brooke Baxter Pocket Park. Brooke was just 16 years old when her car was swept away by rising floodwaters at a low water crossing on Williams Creek.
She was a phenomenal softball player.
That fact evident in the months after Brooke's death.
Give it up for number 8.
When her high school number 8 was retired by her coach and given to her family and big sister.
I'm very honored for people to do this, and it means so much to find out that so many people did care about Brooke.
Lindsay feels the same now as she did then. Overwhelmed and grateful that her sister's memory is as alive today as it was 12 years ago.
She died at a really young age and wasn't able to, live a full life. So knowing that we as a group can keep her memory alive, it means the world to me.
Small park, big impact here in Excelsior Springs. Brooks Pocket Park is open to the public right now. There is a celebration planned tonight between 5 and 6 at the park on the corner of Thompson and Concourse Avenues. Now, even though this is a public park, it will always be a very special place for the Baxter family. Reporting live in Excelsior Springs this morning, Matt Evans, Kmbc 9 News.
And a great way to keep her memory alive. Well, a routine trip to the salon almost cost a woman her thumb.
And she's recovering now, but is left with permanent reminders. Hear her warning before your next manicure.
A star shortstop season comes to a halt. We have an update on Alberto Mondesi's injury.
Thunderstorms will likely impact your Friday evening